and it feels so good.
So there's Earthangelbae,
Yeah.
Super Bloom Wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all of these hats you wear as a business owner, as an artist, as a performer, you also rock that of a mom, of an empowered woman, and a spiritual guide for those looking for that third eye outside of the box experience. How does this help influence the music and experience that people will come to see when they come see you play?
Because it's just like, how will it influence them, you say?
Well, how does all of these hats you wear create the music that you perform?
Because it's all of that into the song, into the expression. So if I'm going through something as a mother, as a business owner, as a family member, and I'm actively working through it, it comes out in that expression. And so it's a very authentic expression. And everything just goes together to become that expression for that set intention.
What is your artistic process that brings your ideas to life?
I have to get into my flow. So if that's going and grounding and saging and cleansing myself and just breathing and getting things off of me so that I can more easily express, then a lot of times that involves releasing, because if I'm weighed down or feeling too heavy with things, then that affects the amount that I'm able to put out, what I'm able to express. So I go through this whole, it's not like a set ritual, it's just kind of what I've seen happens. But it starts with prayer and setting the intention, and it could be, it's different at different times, but they involve all the same elements. So it just kind of depends on the moment, but there's elements of release and grounding, and centering myself, and then getting focused on what it is that needs to be expressed.
It sounds like there is a very specific theme or messages that you convey when you are performing and through your art. If you've already mentioned it, forgive me. Could you elaborate on what you do convey when people hear your music or when you perform your music?
What I do or what I intend to convey?
What is your intention?
Okay, because I don't, you know what I mean? That's interpretation.
It's a good question. Yeah, what is your interpretation and intention?
Okay, ask me one more time. Because you remixed it that last time.
Well, because you said it. You brought it to me, and I was like, ooh, I like what you said.
I know. And
okay.
then,
so I should say, what themes or messages is the intent for you to perform your music and for people to walk away with?
Okay. Yeah, definitely to just provide a healing experience, through music. So to invite everyone who's there into my process and what has helped me, and then to do that kind of like as a collective, and just know like we can gather in places and, cast spells of love over ourselves and over each other, and just be empowered in that way. And that's another option. That's something that we can do as well as everything else that's done. And outside of probably I haven't been to a whole bunch of events, so I might be wrong. I'm just, to my knowledge, I haven't been to just a full-on event where everything that was a part of it had to do with just really healing specific things that we all go through. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's for a vibe, it's for a good time, and I know music elicits a lot of those different things, but healing with intention, you know what I mean, through music.
Well, I think there's also a bigger picture to it, where if the purpose is to reach one person and help them with whatever they're dealing with, they don't necessarily have to convey what you're saying to help them out, because the powerful thing about music is it leaves that feeling, and we're talking frequencies, we're talking vibrations, tones, chords, things that can really affect a person's mentality. And if someone is going through something, it's kind of like it invokes that emotional release, you know? So it sounds like you provide an opportunity for an emotional release on many different levels, regardless of what the words are coming out of your mouth are saying.
Exactly. Well said, my friend.
Oh, you said it. I just thought it said the way it made sense to me.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
How would you describe the unique qualities or characteristics of your work?
Unique qualities and characteristics. A lot of it comes from my experience. I mean, I guess that's everybody's uniqueness in their process, but mine is very unique to my experience, but also noting that it's a collective experience that we have with these different emotions and with these different things. So I don't know, but I like it because it speaks to everyone else's unique thing that they may be going through. So if someone is feeling abandoned, or someone is feeling not enoughness or something like that, we all have felt the blanket of that emotion, but in different ways. And so then you can take the music and you can internalize it and put it to your specific, whatever it is that you may be needing in that moment. So I think that's kind of unique.
Would you say that's more of like an insert here as needed?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We're gonna offer the terms and the tools and the whatever, because sometimes people don't have words for what it is that they're feeling. They don't allow themselves or know how to communicate how they're feeling about certain things. So if I can help give people words like, you know what, I did feel like this, but I can choose to feel like this, or that was a lie, but this is the truth, and I'm going to say it until whatever, you know what I mean? Until I believe it, until I feel it, till I embody it.
It sounds like you're having a transaction with these performances, that you're giving something and they're giving you back. You're giving them change, and they're giving you their monetary intentions with their ability to forgive themselves, or their ability to accept what you're saying as a healing process. And that's a give and take. Like, you have to. And I've heard your music, so I 1000% agree with what you're saying. And maybe that's why my interpretation is a little bit more spot on for you, because I've heard it, and that's what I felt. You know, it was, you remind me of a therapeutic Erykah Badu, but you also have that powerful way of Jill Scott. And then you just ease into it. Just ease that emotion out, a little bit of that Mary J. Blige. So you have a lot of influences to me that is like the right mix of everything, you know, chemically engineered almost.
Wow.
In this case, sounds like you're spiritually engineered.
Yeah, right? Ooh, I like that. Slapping on a shirt.
Hey, just it's yours to use.
Oh, give thanks. That's nice. I love that.
So do you have any upcoming events?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just remembered something else about the uniqueness.
Talk to me.
Because as a, like, using these tones and these songs and these words as a healing tool, like, I provide education with it. So I don't want to, it is not my intention to put out music and just put it out. I want to put it out and have it out there as a tool. You know, to let people know. So sometimes you might be going through things and it just feels crazy and it's not you. That could be down your ancestral line and somebody else is trying to release through you. You can use this song to help you in this and this and that way. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many, like you said, different levels of healing that is meant to take place, that is being offered for the individual to pick and choose, you know, the type that they might be needing that day.
You know, I'm so glad I wrote questions down, because I immediately want to go down a rabbit hole. So this is perfect, but it also brings just that level of intrigue, because it's fascinating to hear you speak, and it's also euphoric to hear you perform. And I know that people are going to have a great time when they come to see you. Speaking of which, what event do you have coming up?
My event is going to be the Nitty Gritty. What is the whole title? The Nitty Gritty?
Oh, the Nitty Gritty VIP event.
The Nitty Gritty VIP event is the biggest thing I have coming up that I'm like super excited about. What what is it, June 28th.
That's right.
We will be right here at Star City Studios.
That's right.
And providing a space of expression and expansion and showcasing a lot of great talent. So I'm like super honored and grateful to be a part.
Yeah, and so many things I've already had written down, I think you've answered. You know, like what can people expect when they attend? What surprises can they have? And I think you've checked it all off because, again, it's you know who you are, and it comes through that many people can't talk about themselves. A lot of times they'll say the standard things like, oh, this is my name, this is how old I am, this is where I'm from, this is how many sisters and brothers I have, my mom, and they do the very basic things, and yet, asking these questions, it's very easy to go about it because they don't have to pull anything out of you. You know who you are, and it's amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a lot of work. A lot of work and intention and self-discovery, but I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. Thank you.
Do you have any projects that you've done before that stands out to you, or something that you're currently working on now that is just on top of the world for you?
Yeah, right now that I'm working on right now, I mean, when I was working on Freedom Affirmation, that was like such a magical experience. It actually took place in this space right here. All of Freedom Affirmation was recorded right here at Star City. But I'm excited, always excited about Freedom Affirmation, but I'm very excited about the song that I'm working on right now for the inner child. And I've just been like vibing out to it and just having a really good time with that. So I'm really excited to share that and offer that for the first time at the Nitty Gritty experience.
Excited to hear about it. Are there any specific emotions, or I asked you this, I think you've already knocked that out. Like, yeah, you make it so easy but hard.
Oh.
Can you share any interesting anecdotes or stories that relate to your artistic journey?
Any interesting?
Yeah, any interesting anecdotes, like something that
Any interesting
kind
stories?
of brought Earthangelbae to the forefront. Like, was there a situation to where, well, even in the name itself, like how did that come about for you to be like, yeah, this is who I am?
Well, the name thing, initially, and somehow I still want to incorporate it, and I'm not sure how to do all the things, but like Source Expression was my original name. And I went to go and put that in places like Facebook, and they were just like, no, you cannot put this. You have to put this other name. And I still didn't want like my main name, just the only name out there. So I'm just like, what could I put? And Earthangelbae just came. Like, I love adding Bae to everything. And so Earthangel, I feel like, based off of everything I've heard about Earth Angels and what people have told me, I think that's pretty accurate. So I was just like, Earthangelbae, why not?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I went to a few name changes myself. I originally started off as Simply Spoken, and then I changed to The Blessed I, and that was the moniker I used for years. And then recently, when I just had this change in life to where I was like, I need to go back to my roots. I need to go back to Simply Spoken. And I used to call myself Blessed I, the Simply Spoken token. Right? And that was the moniker I went up with. And then it was easy for me to get a reaction, but it wasn't the message that I wanted to convey, because I didn't feel like a token anymore, right? I didn't feel like I was just being taken advantage of. So I hear it was source information, right?
Source expression.
Source expression. Earthangelbae, the source expression. Because instead of saying it's your name, it's the embodiment. It's what you embody. And for me, for the longest time, I felt like I was just a Simply Spoken token. And I can see that as a source expression. So you don't necessarily have to lose it. You can just use it as a way to say, who I am is Earthangelbae. What I am is source expression.
Thank you for that. You always come through with all the things. I'm so grateful.
Is there a particular message or catchphrase that represents your philosophy?
catchphrase. Level up your love. That's definitely Super Bloom. Level up your love. Let's see, another catchphrase. I don't know. Outside of level up your love, that's the first one that comes to mind. So, yeah. Because that's what everything that I do is geared to do, is level up your love of self. You know, the self-love that you have, the care that you give to yourself, the grace, everything that each individual deserves, we want to level that up. And love is at the core of everything, and everyone does have that, and there's just different levels to it, you know, to reach. I think that's the ascension, is just reaching different levels of love, of unconditional love, starting with the self, so that can pour out to everything and everyone else around you. So, yeah, level up your love. We'll go with that one.
I like it. Well, ma'am, I appreciate you, the time that you've given to come and sit so everybody can get to know who you are and what they can expect on June 28th at the Nitty Gritty. You are an amazing talent, and I'm glad that you're opening up the show so that everyone else can see and experience what I did when I first heard you, because it is going to be an experience to remember, and all you're going to do is set the bar for everyone to go after you to keep on climbing it, because we have an all-star lineup that is just going to blow the stage up. So with that being said, thank you for your time, ma'am, and we look forward to seeing you on the 28th.
Yes, thank you. I'm grateful.
All right. Peace.
Peace.